Welcome, everybody, to the Mark Nofri Head Coaches Show. This week, after Week 1, is always joined by the head coach of Sacred Heart, Mark Nofri, and Week 1 is in the books. You guys have a W in the win column in front of 4,100 fans at Campus Field. Let's start with your thoughts on the win over Saint Anselm.
Well, anytime you can start the season on a positive note like we did, it's outstanding for our kids and our team. You know, it sets the tone to start the season. Hopefully the thing snowballs for us. I was impressed, you know, the way our kids played and how hard they came out. And more importantly, having 4,500 people there, 4,100 people. You know, the students, the faculty, the staff obviously did a great job promoting the game. And, you know, the kids feel great when they come out of the tunnel and they see a sea of red like that.
And no surprise to see R.J. Noel and Tyler Doobie picking up right where they left off last year. Your quarterback, Noel, gets into the end zone twice throwing, twice running. Tyler Doobie has 155 receiving yards. How did they look on opening night to you?
Well, they picked up where they left off is right. I mean, those two guys are our playmakers last year. Obviously, they won some games for us last year, and they picked up where they left off, and they got a great chemistry going right now. Obviously, we have some pretty good receivers in Moses Webb and Jackson King. Andrew O'Neal stepped up for us as well, and like I said, Doobie and RJ have been together now for 4 years, and they have a chemistry, and it's great to watch those guys.
I know how much you love to watch your guys thrive on defense. Dylan Ackerson was all over the field. Matt Alalio certainly made his presence known too. What was it like seeing those guys get their numbers called and step up and make a ton of tackles?
Yeah, we talked last week a little bit about some of the new kids that stepped up in the spring for us and that were on the field a little bit for us, but not that much. To see Dylan Ackerson, he played a lot last year, but he's a sophomore now starting for us. He had a big game. Matty Alalio, same thing. He was on special teams, played a little last year, made a big impact for us on defense the other night. I looked at him in the fourth quarter and he was exhausted, but you know what? He had a smile on his face and he was still going 100% and giving us everything he's gotten. And again, if you look at our team, that's what we're made up of. Kids that just grind it out and love to play the game, and they play hard and they'll do whatever you ask you to do. And it was great to see some young kids like that step up for us.
Of course, we touch on offense, we touch on defense, but special teams is so very important. We've seen it through the years, really, with your team. But how about that blocked field goal that Kamal Whitaker ended up running back all the way after the pitch from Finelli?
Yeah, it was good to look down the sidelines and see a sea of red running down the sidelines and into the end zone. But, anytime you can block a kick, to me, it turns the momentum in your favor. And we had 2 blocks the other night. And when you have a block that you can either return it for a touchdown or a 2-point, play like this, it seats the momentum on our side and takes the kind of the life out of the other team, And we talked about that. Good teams will find ways when a team is down to cut it off right there and let them know that, we're in control of this game and, we're not going to let them back in it. And I think by playing hard and blocking the kids on defense, you can see that people get after it, and it's exciting. It's exciting for the kids to have another opportunity to score and to do it on a special teams. That's what we harp on, win the battle of the special teams each week.
So Week 1 is in the books. We now look forward to Valparaiso. You're getting on a flight for the first time in a long time. How do you prepare for that kind of a road trip, which is out of the norm for your team?
We obviously take our trips to Pennsylvania every year, which is, 9-10 hours in the bus, which is a long day for Friday. We prepared this week like we've always done. We're going to leave Friday morning at 9:30. We arrive in Chicago at 11:30, and we'll have practice at 2 o'clock. Same thing, business as usual in the hotel with the meetings and things that we do in terms of when we take the bus trip or a flight. It's no different. It's just a different way of traveling for us. But, they're a good football team. You look at them, and the coach has been there 2 years. And he's doing a great job turning it around. He's got a young team, kind of like where we were 4 years ago when I started, a lot of freshmen. Good players that are freshmen. In the long run, they're going to be pretty good. And I think they're pretty good now. They got some skill, and they got a good quarterback. It's different for us. We're playing another team from the Pioneer Conference. We got to go out there. It's a business trip. We talk about it all the time, but they're a good football team, and they got some talent. So we got to show up, be ready to play, and don't hurt ourselves with some of the mistakes that we made the other night.
Well, obviously it's the first time that you're facing this team, but you have the great scout on them. What, on your end, what's important for the Sacred Heart Pioneers this upcoming Saturday? What do you need to execute?
I think we need to go back and fix some of the mistakes that we had the other night. We talk about from the first game to the second game is when you make your biggest improvements. And for us right now, we got to cut down on the penalties. We got to continue to run the ball and hold on to the ball. And defensively, we got to know what we're doing in terms of coverages. And, like Coach Wiss says, do your job. Just do what we ask you to do and play hard and play physical. We did that the other night. We played hard, we played physical. We had a couple things we had to clean up. But again, if you're playing hard and you're playing physical and people are flying around, you got a fighting chance. You hold on to the ball, things like that are going to go in your favor when you're in the plus side in the turnover battle. So I think we're going to go out there. We're going to clean up some of the things and the mistakes that we made last week. But we're going to bring the same attitude that we have for all the games. Wherever it is, however we get there, it doesn't matter. We're still going to show up as the Sacred Heart Pioneers.
Very good, Coach. Thanks for the time and the knowledge as always, and looking forward to the trip.
Thank you.
Mark Nofri, head coach of the Sacred Heart Pioneers, getting ready for week 2. They hit the road for Valparaiso, and we have the call for you on the Shoe Sports Network. Follow it at sacredheartpioneers.com for the live play-by-play beginning at 2 p.m. Eastern.